We have confirmed from Trump's attorney now, his new White House counsel, Rudy Giuliani, that this tape exists. But Giuliani is spinning it this way. This is not something, he confirms that this conversation happened, that Cohen and Trump spoke about 2 months before the election. So we're looking at the early fall of 2016. But he said the conversation was, first of all, it was brief. And second of all, though a payment to McDougal was discussed, it was never acted upon. And, Giuliani's version, if this were to have happened, Trump would have wanted it done the right way, via check, so there'd be a record and therefore not be an attempt to skirt some sort of campaign finance law. Now, Giuliani, of course, since he joined the legal team a few months ago, has caused as many problems as he's put out with some inaccurate or sloppy statements. It remains to be seen what further arguments they will make about this tape. It's only been out there for another last hour or so. But this is another headache for this president at a pretty perilous time for his administration. This comes at the end of a week dominated by his performance in Helsinki during that news conference with Vladimir Putin.
There you go, right hand. Good guy. Okay, we got you. Right.
Cohen, of course, was his fixer for more than a decade here in New York, and is someone who, as people around the president have said, knows where the bodies are buried. He has had tremendous access to the Trump organization's finances, sort of knows sort of a lot about whatever the company's business dealings were, as well as the president's private life. That this is, he's been the person who was sort of told to make bad stuff go away. And that was whether that is Karen McDougal or Stormy Daniels. And certainly he's not the only figure in Trump world to record conversations. Donald Trump recorded conversations. This is a pretty frequent thing he did from his office on the 26th floor of Trump Tower in Midtown. That he always felt like he wanted to have an insurance policy in case someone came to him with an my word versus yours scenario. Trump's very litigious, and he would use these recordings as an attempt to ward off lawsuits. That's what he would say. Conversely, there's always the possibility that one can make a recording to try to then extort somebody else. I'm not suggesting that's what's happening here, but it can work as both a defensive and offensive move to have a tape recording. And in New York, it's just one-party consent, so you don't necessarily have to let the other person know that you're recording them. Michael Cohen is someone who also made these tapes. And this is something that people in the Trump orbit, his allies outside of politics, as well as people in the White House, have been very nervous about. Michael Cohen's office was raided by prosecutors some months ago. They are sorting through hundreds of thousands of pieces of evidence. Among that evidence, tapes. And we the public are just now getting the first glimpse of what one of those tapes contains.